Same thing with MANTZPACH. How many know about MANTZPACH? Their problem with me is, 30 years I lived with them. Ask me what MANTZPACH was about, what the final letters were. Oh, another 5 letters we got in the alphabet. Another 5 letters, final letters. Ask me why these final letters. Ask me what the final letter. Why do we need final letters? What would happen? Anybody here would disturb if the word ended with a mem and it wasn't a final mem? It was like the one written in the usual one. Anybody have an objection here? Nobody. Ask anybody in the world which Jew would have an objection. MANTZPACH, Zohar says, was the containment of when they made the golden calf. They had these ornaments, which was Bila Hamavet Lanetzach. So it's good we mention it. Bila Hamavet Lanetzach. What does that mean? Death eternally was buried. That's what happened between Har Sinai, Shavuot, and until the golden calf. There were 40 days that Moses came down 39 days and 18 hours, if you remember, like the Zohar says. But so the Jews couldn't wait the extra 6 hours. He said 40 days and 40 nights. Means total. They thought it meant already by the afternoon it was the 40th day. Where's Moshe? So they made the golden calf. Right? Quickly. And it was done quickly, by the way. Done quickly. It was done within 6 hours. Mind you, making a golden calf that represented like a golem, like the robots, literally had that power like a robot, and it looked alive, and acted alive like a robot, literally a robot. But what? Sure, of course. I mean, anyway, as stupid as the Jew is, he would still, know that if the thing is a statue, it has, nobody's going to convince him that there's life. Even Terach knew that the whole thing was a joke, but he can make money out of it. If there were stupid people who believed that the idol was a god, so he made money out of it. And then along came Avram. Remember, he chopped off the head of one of them. He said the others did it. He's talking about, you know that they're fakes. All right. Anyway, so it says in between this period, the MANTZPACH, these 5 letters, they knew the secrets of the 5 letters, and these 5 letters were more powerful than the 22 letters, and they revealed, to the extent of the revealment, that already the Klippa cannot exist. Klippa can only exist to the extent there's darkness around. If all the Jews were lit up like they were on Mount Sinai, he can't handle it. He dies. He dies. That's what it really means. He dies. And once he dies, then all these sparks that were from Adam Rishon that were captured, I'll go free. It's like they tore down the Bastille. The prisoners walked out, right? The same idea, literally. So these MANTZPACH. So it says in the Chumash that the Edyam were removed from the Jews. Nobody knows what it means. Rashi says it means the ornaments. What's the ornaments? What do you mean? Ornaments were removed, and therefore. That's what it means. It doesn't say what the consequence of Rashi. Rashi doesn't say, but Rashi was more concealed than the Zohar. He was a total Kabbalist, but at that time, if he started explaining spacecrafts, who would know what he's talking about? Therefore, it had to remain concealed. But it means that these 5 letters, the Edyam that were removed, the ornaments that were removed from the Jews, because of the golden calf, it was the 5 letters. So these 5 letters contain that power of Bila Mavet Lanetzach. It's not just another 5 letters added on, but this configuration of these 5 letters. These 5. What?
Those letters fell to the Klippa?
No, they didn't know how to work them anymore.
So where are those letters?
In the Siddur.
No, the consciousness of it. Wasn't that kind
We don't have it. We don't. Right now we don't have it. Maybe some Mekubalim who use it, maybe, but...
No, because
Rabbi Shimon had it, let's say. Rabbi Shimon had it. That's why Rabbi Shimon never had to die.
Because we say we're
That's
not
why he
supposed
didn't die. Moshe didn't die.
From what I understood, Hakadosh Baruch Hu will reveal them once the Mashiach will.
Yes, that's Bila Mavet. That's how death is going to. Instead of asking him, but that's why I want to change your minds in case you still have that. I think I once mentioned it. Don't ask for Mashiach to come, then we'll live forever. It's not a Mashiach comes, the guy in the white donkey, and now everyone's going to live forever. You know, like it once was before the golden calf, between Mount Sinai and the golden calf. No, what it means is that the light will be so, the intensity, the Edyam that were removed from the Jews, that it says, hey, you want to give me a chumash over there? Just so you should know that the time came. Anyway, to have a consciousness of what the MANTZPACH is about, the 5 final letters. These 5 final letters contain right now, it's potential, the totality of the completion of the light that the 22 letters reveal. They don't reveal the totality of the light. 22 letters. Don't.
They're lacking, you know.
Yes.
I observe when you go to the Torah, when you kiss the portion. My sense was that you were looking for the final letters. I do the same, by the way, when I'm called.
Yeah. Okay.
To look for them. I don't know why I do that.
Anyway, Ki Tisa. It's right after that.
The other says in Tikkun Chatzot that you do that there's a connection in the Tikkun Chatzot in a certain part.
1 second, David. I want to find this.
Right. We got more than 100 kolot today.
Here's a Parshat Ki Tisa. It's chapter 32. See, if I was a Balkora, I would be able to find it quickly.
What did you do?
Right? No, he went up to sleep. They don't sleep at night anymore. Says later. Must be later. It's in this parsha over here. He took off the Edyam, the ornaments. That's the translation. I can't find it offhand. I can't find it. It's in Ki Tisa, but as I go down, I'm missing it for whatever reason. All right. Anyway, I'll find it. Anyway, so that's the MANTZPACH, okay? And therefore, he says the par. Those are the of the word shofar adds up to the gvurot of MANTZPACH. Or hamakif noda ki hu bechina dinim ugvurot. We said before that the or makif The Om HaKif is the B'chinat of Dinim Igvurot. What does it mean? In other words, it envelops the inside. It envelops the K'muvad B'habei Mekomot. L'chein hu koler beit B'chinot elu shel hadinim. L'chein nikra shofar, ki ot yod pa the shofar, heim hei Gvurot the mantzpach. Because there's five Gvurot. Just like there's 5 Chasadim, there's 5 Gevurot. Chesed, Gvurot, Keter Malchut, Keter Chachma Bina, and so forth. Ubeite Otiyot, Shin Vav Men HaShofar, Im Sod, Hashar Dinim de Botzina de Kadenita. Veheim Nishlamim Lecheshben Zu. In other words, again, what he wants to explain here is the shofar envelops all of the mine dinim. What are dinim? Dinim are lights which have not, I put my finger into a socket. I get din. I get din. What do I mean I get din? Because I'm connecting to raw naked energy without the proper installation, without the proper connection. Or the chasadim is the connection. Or the chasadim is the connection of how much light we can have. So when we talk about dinim and gvurot, we're talking about they contain raw naked energy that when the Jew was on Mount Sinai, the mantzpach, the gvurot of the mantzpach, of the 5 final letters, were not concealed. They didn't have to be concealed. Why? Because they wouldn't be burnt out. Their level of where they were before the golden calf had an affinity.
There was a levush for it.
The levush was their state of the highest state of consciousness that they were.
There was a levush then.
That was the levush. They create this highest state of consciousness. Now would not be burnt out by the fact that the mantzpach were released. They were released. But what happened to the klippah that was holding on to this light? The minute the light was revealed to such intensity by the Jew on Mount Sinai, the klippah just fell apart. But it fell apart at a potential. That's why you had to bring down the physical Torah, which he brought down. Remember the scroll? Why? If it all happened already, that you could ask a question. If it happened already, Bila Mavet Lanetzach, and the klippah died, so what happened when they made the golden calf? How did it come back again? Because that was only at a potential state.
Bring down the Torah, it would have revealed.
That would have brought it down to this level. Then it was all over with. Okay.
Edyam?
That's right. Edyam, I say Edyam. Edyam, that's right. Okay, I found it. You look for ornaments?
Yeah.
I know ornaments. What?
Like that.
Yes, yeah? Where? 7.
7?
Yeah.
No, it's 6.
6.
That
Or their jewelry.
Right.
Yeah, okay, jewelry. What is it? Jewelry here? I say the jewelry here denotes the spiritual gifts that the Israelites received at Sinai. What's the spirit? What spiritual gifts? The mantzpach. Rashi says that's right, but the translator wouldn't know. How does the mantzpach have to do with spiritual jewelry? What spiritual jewelry? It's not even the right.